back with another Couch Potato General Manager video. Joining me, CPGM Drew, CPGM Hadley. We are now doing the 2022 NFL Draft 7-round mock draft for the New Orleans Saints. Of course, the Saints recently made a trade with the Philadelphia Eagles, netted an additional first-round pick. Of course, they gave up one of their third-round selections, I believe, and a first-round pick in 2023. So let's see what we can do to outfit this roster so that they can be competitive in 2022.
I think with the Saints, the left tackle's a big need. So we got to kind of watch the board if anybody falls. Oh, there they go. There you go. I have 7 picks.
They go.
Yeah, to your point, had perhaps we gotten to Atlanta.
It wasn't gonna happen. It
wasn't gonna happen.
Yeah. They have to trade up, bro. They have to.
No, they definitely have to trade up, but it's where do they have to trade up in order to get them? I think the 3 tackles are going in the top 10, bro. I really do.
Yeah.
I really do.
But if they one fall, I think if one of them fall past the Giants, if then maybe the Saints should consider.
Yes.
After
Then they
the
need
Giants.
to call Atlanta. They need to call Atlanta at that point. I know it's in the division.
But Atlanta ain't doing it. It's like, nah.
Call Atlanta. No, you gotta call them.
You gotta call them.
You gotta call them. You gotta call them.
I think Atlanta would do it. I think Atlanta would do it for the simple fact that we're gonna take everything you got. But are the Saints willing to do that?
It'd be tough for the Saints to move up because they've already moved up.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It'd be tough. You know,
you've already mortgaged
you don't have
stuff
a first round pick in 2023 to offer.
Right.
In order to get in the top 10, it's going to cost you your first round pick next year. It's going to cost you that. So it's tough. Yeah, I agree with you. They would have to move up to get one of those top 3 tackles, but I don't know that they can. So I think they have to feel that they're comfortable with whomever they have, after Charles Cross, right? Icky and Evan Neal, whether it be Bernhard Raimann or Trevor Penning, with whomever that may be, I think they have to be comfortable with that player already.
I mean, I think Penning's probably going to be the guy. So that's the guy.
Speaking of which, is Penning the pick here?
Yeah, I believe so. I believe that's their top need. A lot of mock drafts or, through this Be the GM, Kenny Pickett's always the pick here for the New Orleans Saints. Mm-hmm. But, we believe that they're going to ride with Jameis another year. They signed Andy Dalton to back him up if that goes wrong or Jameis gets hurt. I know it's not sexy, but, it's Andy Dalton. But
let me jump in here real quick. So you just made me think of something. So, and with what you said, so they don't have a first round pick for next year, and next year is supposed to be the big boy draft, right? Yep. So my question is okay, if Jameis doesn't work out, now what? Well, we know what Andy Dalton is, so let's not do that.
This is really a question, and I'm sure the Saints fans can help us out with this one. Be sure to comment below. Help us out with this one. The mindset has to be the fact that they feel like they're right there on the cusp. That has to be the mindset. You don't leverage next year's no Sean Payton, okay? So you're 2 years now removed from Drew Brees. Now you have no Sean Payton. All right. You are all in for Deshaun Watson. All in. All right. Now you've decided to trade next year's first round pick, which could be used as part of ammunition to get what we think is going to be a very good class, going to be more comparable to the group in 2021, perhaps even better in some people's minds. To then select a quarterback here in a class that isn't quite as exciting. Don't get me wrong. I think there are good quarterbacks in this class, and you cannot shut the door completely on the notion that they wouldn't draft quarterback if the guy that they love happens to be available to them. But I just don't see it happening that way. It just
maybe they love Kenny Pickett or Malik Willis or Matt Corral or Desmond Ridder.
I think they're of the mindset, especially now with Dennis Allen being the head coach, that they don't need, they're not missing that quintessential quarterback outside of Deshaun Watson. Was one of those situations where it's like, okay, we have to make an effort for that. It's almost counterintuitive with respect to this pick, right? You kind of mortgage the future to some degree in order to get an additional first-round pick. But I'm not convinced that they're going to use that additional first-round pick in order to get a quarterback. I'm not convinced of it. They believe they're closer to being competitive than not. I mean, Carolina has concerns. Atlanta's in a full rebuild. You know what I'm saying? The Bucks are the cream of the crop, and of course, Brady retired, so maybe that was part of their thinking at one point. So who knows? But what are we going to do here at 16th overall? Is Penning the pick?
I think so. He's the best tackle left on the board.
I'm starting to talk myself into them boys drafting a quarterback, because when I look at what they did last year, with what they had once Jameis went down, their biggest issue wasn't quarterback. As bad as it was actually receiver. Guys weren't where they were supposed to be. Guys dropping passes. Like, it was bad.
So
bad.
So with that being said, what you just said right there, if the biggest issue wasn't quarterback, again, of course, Jameis getting hurt kind of threw all of that out the window. I think that's part of the reason why they went with Dalton, to get a more competent backup, right? Just in case it just, Jameis succumbs to an injury again. Jameis was protecting the ball pretty well. You know what I'm saying? He was making plays. To your point, that there was a issue with respect to the supporting cast. You lose Teron Armstead to free agency. You have to replace that. We don't know what's going on with Alvin Kamara. He's in the wind. They certainly have been looking for that receiver opposite Michael Thomas for ages now. So it lends itself to the fact that tackle and receiver are the two positions that they'd be trying to address here. Now, like I said, I think they, I don't know. I find it a bit of a miscalculation to have kind of moved their chips to the middle of the table when you're going through this transition. Again, you're losing your Hall of Fame quarterback 1 year. The following year, you're losing, I would imagine, you're going to be a Hall of Fame coach, offensive mind. But it could be a philosophical change here. You understand what I'm saying? With a defensive-minded coach now in New Orleans.
Let's go Trevor Penning tackle, and then let's get our receiver at 19. Because, again, quarterback wasn't, I don't think that was the biggest issue.
So I think there's a chance here that the Chargers would be...
Oh, Burks is on the board? You already know.
The Chargers would be...
I like Olave.
A receiver might be in play for the Chargers. But
no, I think it is. Definitely.
I think either way, I think you'd be comfortable with whatever receiver we get, whether it be Olave or Burks here.
Yeah. Get your Penning.
Get Trevor Penning.
There goes Olave.
All right. Which is Treylon Burks.
Okay.
Yeah, I would have actually liked Olave fit with Michael Thomas. Yeah, but
I would like that too.
But he's off the board.
It's and then we run the potential of missing out on Penning though, because I think
no, definitely had to grab Penning.
Yeah, I think the thing with Penning has first round traits. He doesn't have first round film, so it's a matter about his development. He's gonna have to develop. And he's going to be thrust into it immediately. You love the attitude. You love the demeanor in which he plays with. I think he's going to be a force in the running game. But his pass pro, the marriage between his hands and feet needs work. So there, to me, is a substantial drop-off from the top three offensive tackles to Trevor Penning. But I do think Trevor Penning is the next best tackle in this class. All right, so we'll follow that up with Treylon Burks. And then we have 3 picks in the top 50.
I love Logan Hall right here. Yeah, I think they need a D tackle, and that's who I would love here. You also got Travis Jones out there, DeMarvin Leal, Pierre. It's 4 good D tackles right there.
Yeah, I think we'll be able to get one of those.
Yeah, it's 4 good D tackles right there.
I think Jones might be the one that's a little bit different than the other 3.
I think they need a safety as well.
Yeah, Jones more, run stopper.
Right.
The other guys probably get the quarterback a little better.
Yeah, they did lose Marcus Williams, but they did.
They brought in Marcus May.
Marcus May, yeah.
But they still need another safety, though.
Yeah, they definitely need another safety. What do you think about packaging the 98 and the 120, perhaps, depending on how things play out here, going up to the 49th overall pick?
What are we grabbing?
It would be to try to get a Petrie or a Jaquan Brisker.
So here's my question. All right. So if we go and do that, right? I don't think I don't think Petrie is the guy. Like, to me, Petrie is a nickelback. To me, I mean, they have that in Chauncey Gardner, and Brisker is a combination of both, but I think he's actually a better in-the-box player. So you're talking about he's either replacement for Malcolm Jenkins type.
You want a center fielder? Is that what you're talking? Is that what you're telling me?
There's not too many of those. I mean, I see one.
But I think you can get one of those types of players between Kirby Joseph, Ron McKinley, Nick Cross.
Yeah.
With the 98 overall pick, if that's the thought process.
Yeah, I agree with that. With the Petrie is kind of a little redundant with Gardner Johnson still there. Mm-hmm. But Brisker, I think he could match up really well with Marcus May. You know, they could both be interchangeable. So I do like the Brisker fit in New Orleans.
My question would be, though, because Marcus Williams was there for so long, like, they didn't really do the interchangeable thing between those two. It was just, okay, we know what Marcus Williams is and what he's going to be. Now we're adding in the element of interchangeability back there. Safety, is that incorporated within that defense? Is that something that they're going to actually play with, or do they just want that free safety so they can say, okay, this is what you're doing, and we'll build everything, in front of you, with whoever that safety would be at the free safety spot. It makes the defense a little bit more difficult.
Versatile.
It makes it more versatile, but it also makes it more difficult. Now you're not doing what you've been doing for the past 4 or 5 years, right? Now we're adding versatility there. I mean, I get it. I like it. I just don't know if that's something Dennis Allen's willing to do with what he's done, with what he's been doing with the defense for so long.
I think he has a plan. I think Dennis Allen has a plan in terms of what he wants to do with the defense. That's why the priority here in the first round was the tackle and receiver positions. We know that they have some holes to fill on the defensive side of the ball. To your point, it's a matter of figuring out who we think those players should be. Interestingly enough, 2 safeties go in the first round here. Daxton Hill to Kansas City and Lewis Sine to Detroit. So those safeties might not even be part of the equation by the time we get to the 49th overall pick. Let's see how it plays out. Love
Trevor Jones, Leo. The tackle's going.
Oh.
All right.
Yeah, they're going to Logan Hall right there.
There's your Logan Hall, Headley.
Yeah, I love him.
Yeah, man, go ahead and do it. I like it.
Headley loves him.
Yeah, man. Big guy, man. Can move. Like, you shouldn't be that big and move that fast.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous.
And he was at the Senior Bowl as well, and he kept popping up. And Bullet in a China shop player. There's some measured approaches with him when he's doing what he's doing, meaning he has a plan in what he's doing.
Yeah, he give me like some like Jeffrey Tillery vibes from the Chargers.
We're back on the clock here with our 3rd round compensatory pick. What direction do we want to go in here?
We can look at that safety again. We still haven't selected that safety.
Yeah, I think Kirby Joseph, Cross, and McKinley cook as well. But those 4 players could certainly be part of the conversation. We have another pick at 120 here. So I imagine one of those guys would be available to us if we decided to go in a different direction.
You know what they could do too? Running back. You know what I'm saying? The situation with Kamara.
I was going to bring up running back at 120. That's what I was going to do. In fact, I was looking at Kenneth Walker for a while there, but he went like 80th or 81st overall.
I like Dameon Pierce for these boys. I'm mad at it.
Yeah. Physical back.
I don't want him to go there, but I like Dameon Pierce. He showed out at the Senior Bowl. I've always liked him. I think he's a well-rounded back. The only thing he lacks is probably top-end speed, but if you can do everything else, we ain't worried about that. We'll get down the field. We'll make it work. We can punch it in at the goal line with him. Him or Kamara don't make no difference. Or Taysom, slide him back there at quarterback.
Yeah, Taysom got to get his touches.
He's got to get his touches. So I think the safety can wait, and I think we go. Although it is a defensive guy, he's got to have his safety, his guy who can, with the range. That would be the only argument. But
yeah, it's a big hole. Marcus Williams is leaving. Marcus May is coming in, but he's not that same type of player. He's a different type of safety, which could be the precursor to Dennis Allen doing things differently. It certainly could be the precursor to that.
So for me, I'm taking the running back.
Right here.
Pierce. Yeah, I'm gonna take Pierce.
Yeah, I think Pierce. I don't know. Mark Ingram's getting a little older,
Yeah,
so I think
1-year deal.
Yeah, Pierce is a great compliment to Kamara. We'll see what happens with the league. You know, he might be suspended. He's been real quiet on that front. I'm not sure what's going on with Kamara, but
Pierce can do it all, man. He can do it all. He can block. He can catch out the backfield.
So many good backs out there.
And that's my point. And that's my
There's
point.
so many good backs.
I mean, it's about conviction here. You know, there's a lot of good backs on the board here. I think guys who could come in and certainly contribute, give you something a little bit different from what Kamara brings to the table, right? When Ingram's not long for I think the league. You know, I love Mark Ingram, has had an excellent career, but I don't think he's long for the league anymore. So is this? Do we want to prioritize something else, or Drew, are you pounding the table for Dameon Pierce?
No, I'm pounding the table because you do need a compliment to Kamara, and it's always usually been a different type of back that's opposite him. Maybe not a complete opposite, but just a different variety of running back there. And I think Pierce would be the ultimate compliment. And I think that Cook is somewhat similar to him. Cook is a better receiver. I think White is very similar to Kamara. And I think Williams.
Jerome Ford. You like Pierce over Jerome Ford?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Boy, sleep.
Yeah.
He's sleep, bro. Nah, I like Dameon Pierce too. But I love Ford.
I mean, so here's the thing, right? Here's the thing.
I pull it.
If we punt on Pierce, then Ford better be their next pick, bro. That's all I'm saying, bro.
And then the question becomes, do you like one of these safeties more than Pierce in this spot?
Oh, nah, bro.
Okay.
Pierce.
All right. So we're gonna draft Dameon Pierce for Drew.
Okay, let's do it, Drew.
Happy.
There you go, Gator. The Gator.
I was on the table. I was yelling and screaming, bro. You know what I'm saying? Who were y'all standing on the table for right there, man? Let us know, Saints fans, and subscribe, comment, man.
Going, bro. Just
they gone. It's a wrap.
Flying off the board, and then there's
McKinley.
Right,
that was the guy. Yep.
You should have traded up, but you sitting there watching.
Don't talk about
it. You were standing still watching it go, man.
Dameon Pierce. Meanwhile, Rashad White's here. Kyron Williams, Jerome
Zamir
White. Listen. Listen.
Now you made the pick. Now
I
fix
did.
it. Now fix it. Now fix it.
GM Drew, man. All right, man. Go to the safeties. Let me see what I'm looking at. Man. All right, man. Hey, just listen. We're gonna do the interchangeable thing back there with Marcus May and the other safety.
And who? Daniel Sorensen? That's the other safety.
No, it ain't. Stop playing.
It is. Garney Johnson is a nickel corner. He's not really a safety like that.
Hold on. Pop. You telling me Sorensen is the other safety? You didn't tell me that earlier. It was somebody else. Bro, you lied to me, bro.
Else. I didn't say anybody else.
No. Somebody said.
I treated it like it was a vacancy, bro. Nobody said no other safety, bro.
Hold on, man. Y'all did.
No, we didn't, bro. What are you talking about?
Oh, man. Y'all set me up, bro. Daniel Sorensen out there? Bruh.
I don't think Sorensen might see. They probably just going to run a bunch of corners.
Justin Evans. Been out of football for 2 years. That dude got range. He was just hurt. He just had to get right. So maybe that's their range guy. So
you got to step up.
I fixed it.
No,
there you go.
No, you didn't. You blew it, bro.
No. Hey, let me know down in the comment section if I blew it, man. Bro, talk to me.
Only other running back.
Oh man, I can't wait for the comments, boy.
Yeah,
but listen to me. I know you love Jerome Ford, but my argument was though, bro, is we need a different type of running back. Jerome Ford would have been the next guy, bro, but I like Pierce so much more.
Yeah, and because of your affinity for Pierce, we missed out on the safety.
No, bro, we didn't miss out on the safety.
To me, there wasn't enough. I don't think there was enough of a difference between Pierce and Ford to then punt on safety. Because that's ultimately what we did.
To me, I'm good with it.
All right.
I'm good with it.
We're going to have our interchangeable safety back there. Let's run it, bro.
With Daniel Sorensen. All right, let's do it.
And Justin Evans, bro. Come on, don't do that.
Let's go linebacker, man. What's the linebackers looking like?
Terrell Bernard,
Malcolm Rodriguez.
You can add Lucada to your pass rush. He's not your typical linebacker.
Yeah,
off the
he's
ball
not.
linebacker.
I actually like him.
You got Haskell Garrett, John Ridgeway, Neil Farrell, Otito Obanaya.
I like Haskell. I think he's a good. I think he could be a good 3 technique. I think he's a little bit more refined than Ridgeway.
Yeah, Rashad White out here. Oh, he's too much like Alvin Kamara. Come on.
I'm just saying, bro. I'm going with history, bro. I'm going with history in terms of what they've done, what they've always done.
Let's
I'm saying
we have Trevor Penning, Treylon Burks, Logan Hall, and Drew decided he wanted Dameon Pierce. So here we are now in the 4th round. What do you guys think?
I like Garrett. I like Haskell Garrett.
D-lineman. The safety, man. That's the biggest need right now.
And
Drew
blew it.
No, I did not blow it.
Drew blew it, bro.
Not saying unless you want to go get a quarterback.
Drew basically said Haskell's the guy that he likes here. That would be doubling down.
They drafted a quarterback last year.
That would be doubling down on. But they still don't have a quarterback. They'd be doubling down. They'd be doubling down in the interior of the defensive line. At the edge.
Or we can grab no, they got like 15 corners on the spot.
So maybe we might be able to find a safety among these.
Yeah, corner could change the safety.
Dameon Pierce. I like Dameon Pierce, by the way.
Castro Fields.
That pick.
Man. Why are you trying to force the safety thing, bro?
No, we weren't forcing it. You forced the running back, bro.
No, I didn't force anything, bro.
No, you forced the running back.
I stood on the table and I got my guy, Dameon Pierce.
All right, now fix it.
Who's going to ball? I told you what to do.
Justin Evans.
Evans got it and go at Haskell Garrett. Let's get it.
Ellie, you okay with the Haskell Garrett? We're going back to the interior defensive line.
It's a depth piece.
There are a number of defensive line. Even though we've just the D line a little bit earlier with Logan Hall, I think we can help bolster that group at the edge with a Tyreek Smith. Considering that guys getting a little bit older, several of your starters are in the last year of their deals. We need to make sure that we kind of replenish that and ensure that we have a quality rotation. Marcus Davenport struggled with injury, so on and so forth. So it may be a new looking group 2023. So let's add Tyreek Smith to the mix. Try to stop the bleeding here, considering the Dameon Pierce fiasco.
Oh man, he's so hurt because Jerome Ford's still on the board. But anyways, I think one of the things that we got to remember too when you're drafting for these teams is their the type of guys they like at specific positions. And when you look at the Saints defensive line in terms of edge, it's not guys that can just rush the passes, guys who can defend the edge very well.
Absolutely.
So I think
there's a balance
grabbing Smith there.
There's a balance in their game. All right. We have 2 more picks here.
Is Ford still on the board?
One is who?
Is Ford still on the board?
Yeah. You don't want none of these players, man.
Nah, you don't want that, man.
I like Brock Purdy. It's about the only one.
De'Aaron. Can De'Aaron King play safety?
I would consider Akil Glass with our final pick. The HBCU standout. I would consider him.
Okay. So we said O-line's good. Look at safeties real quick.
Safeties. Marquise Bell. Don't know that he's the quintessential center fielder, but certainly he's a good player. And Leon O'Neal Jr. We got a chance to see him at the Senior Bowl. I love the leadership that he brings to the table.
Mm-hmm.
I think from a skill set standpoint, maybe some holes in his games here or there, but I really like the football character that he has.
What about corner? About linebacker?
Physical corner there in Joshua Williams. I feel about
DeMarco. Hey, let's do it. Oh, it's too early? No, it's too early, right?
I don't think so.
No?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I like DeMarco here.
So they're your boy from Texas Tech. It's Texas Tech, right?
Yeah, Ezukama.
Let's grab a receiver.
Want to go Ezukama?
Yeah, let's scoop him, bro.
All right.
Wasn't he extremely productive?
Yes, very, very, very. He's a talented guy. I think not enough people are talking about him. He's talented. He just didn't have anybody to throw the ball to him. Yeah, let's go Ezukama, and then we'll see where the DeMarco Jackson and safety situation plays out. And then, of course, there's Akil Glass as well, that if you want to decide to grab a QB, we could go in that particular direction. All right, I just wanted to point this out real quick. There's Jerome Ford in the 6th round. Right there.
Yo.
It was Zamir White too, 6th round. Let's see, rating. All the running backs in the 6th round.
What that mean?
I mean, since you making all the picks, Drew, what we doing here? So Drew is channeling his inner Al Davis, and with our final draft pick in this 2022 7th-round mock draft for the New Orleans Saints, he has selected Kalen Barnes. Top 40, ran a 4.23.
Blazing.
Get down there, be a gunner, cover those kicks at a minimum. We're gonna just sit back. We're gonna sit back on this one, Hadley.
You seen Jay-Sean Corbin who just went in 7th round?
That's your boy.
The 6th round, my bad. All the running backs went in the 6th round.
Yeah.
I can speak to my pick. Go to the picks, bro. I can speak.
Oh yeah, you gonna definitely speak to these picks, bro. You gonna speak to these picks. Take it away, Drew. Take your draft class away.
My draft class.
Yeah, ever since what the 3rd round on, that was all you, man. I stopped in the 2nd round. With my Logan Hall.
Yeah, there's some dissension in the war room. People not happy with the picks that were made, but I'm happy. I'm good with every pick that was made. We started off with the 16th pick overall and Trevor Penning, physical. Has some work to do in the pass game set, but I also think that the Saints are one of the better teams in terms of developing offensive linemen. I think that's a good pick for them. And I think going to the Saints specifically, he's a plug-and-play player. Not that he wasn't, but he's more of a plug-and-play player there because of the development that they have with the offensive line. And then we went with the 19th pick overall, it was Treylon Burks. And who was on the board? Was it?
Olave.
I think we had I think Olave.
No, Olave was gone.
Olave. He came off because we got.
Well, after when we were picking at 16, it was Olave and Burks on the board at that time.
Correct. We were thinking, we were like, well, one of those receivers will be gone, and we'll just take whoever's left. And in this case, it was Burks, and I think he's a good compliment for what's there. I think Headley was right though earlier, where Olave may have been the better fit because of what they already have on the roster. But listen, I ain't hating. These boys need a receiver. They need a receiver. They were almost Green Bay Packer-esque in terms of the receiver position. They're probably actually worse with what happened this past season. So that was definitely a nice start for this team. 2nd round, Headley stood on the table and he went and he said, hey, we need to go get Logan Hall, who's a good interior guy, good hand usage, and just sees a little bit, just a touch of refinement in his game, but I think he's playing for a really good defense, a guy who you can be a part of that big time rotation that they have over there for the Saints. And then in the 3rd round is where it went off the rails, according to CPGM Drew, who would have went with. He said we could have got Jerome Ford later. Headley said he's been going in the 5th round, and I just stood on the table for my guy and Dameon Pierce. We were deciding between Pierce or a safety. It was I think it was 4 safeties on the board, 3 or 4 safeties on the board. We could have grabbed there. But at the same time, Headley did say that this is going to be an interchangeable thing in terms of the safeties when you talk about Marcus May and Daniel Sorensen. They did bring in Justin Evans, who is a rangy guy who can do what Marcus Williams did for the Saints back there. But we'll see what happens.
But will he though?
I don't know. He's coming off injury. Hasn't played football in 2 years. I mean, take a stab at it, see what happens. You know what I mean?
2 years, bro.
Yeah, it happens. You know what I'm saying? So come back and
This is not an established player, bro.
Eric Berry did that?
No, that's an established player, bro. Cut it out.
The hate is strong. But that's cool. Let us know down in the comment section what you would have done. And then in the 4th round, we went Tyreek Smith, who, he fits the mold in terms of what they do on the defensive line. Very, as you said earlier, very balanced defensive linemen who are going to be able to defend the run as well as rush the passer kind of evenly, right? And I think he gives you that. And then in the 5th round, we got Eric. I'm going to call him Uzukama. Texas Tech, very productive receiver. We're not hearing about him simply because. Does anybody know who Texas Tech's quarterback was last year? Don't worry, I'll wait. And while you're thinking about it, go ahead, hit us down in the comment section and hit the like and subscribe button, and hit the notification bell as well.
And then dislike button. They're gonna be smashing that dislike button. But that's cool.
Guess what? I can't see it though. It doesn't matter. They took that away. You understand? And then with the 6th round pick, the last pick, we went and got one of the fastest players in the draft at cornerback. We're just looking. In the 6th. Essentially, this is their 7th round pick. Their last, traits, Sparky, and we got that, and Treylon Burks from cornerback from Baylor, special teamer.
I will say this about Drew's draft class here for the Saints. I like all the players. It's not necessarily an issue with the players themselves. I think just in terms of value, position scarcity, need, this, that, and the other, I think when you work all of that together, I think we could have gone in a little bit different direction. But certainly the players in this class, I am optimistic about all of their NFL future.
I'd imagine for your draft, you're good with the first 3, then you would have went with one of the safeties that were on the board at that time, right?
Yep.
I would have probably preferred Nick Cross at that point, but that's cool. And then with the 4th round pick, you would have went with probably Jerome Ford at that point, because I'd imagine.
We could have waited and picked him in the 5th round.
Yeah, that would have been a conversation between the edge and the running back at that.
And running back. Okay.
Yeah, man. The draft, man. The first 5 guys to me really stands out. They're all physical players, man, and it kind of fits what the Saints have been over the last couple seasons as a physical football team. Penning at left tackle, Burks a physical receiver, Logan Hall's physical, Damian Pierce is a physical running back, and Tyreek Smith's a physical edge. So, it matches their personnel. So I think all those guys are great fits for the Saints football team.
There's definitely going to be a fight during practice between Trevor Penning and Tyreek Smith. Definitely.
And Chancey Gardner. And Gardner too.
Gardner, yeah.
He's going to get in on it.
Penning's going to get in the fight with everyone. All right, man. Yeah. That's going to do it. As Drew mentioned, guys, let us know what you think of Drew's draft, right? Down in the comment section. For Drew Headley, this is Drew signing off.